Hello everyone, welcome back to Lavelia's Coloring. This is part 2 of my coloring supplies collection. If you haven't seen part 1, there will be a link down below in the descriptions if you want to see that one first. So let's get started. Okay, so in front of us we have the Pentel Arts color pen. It's a fine point color markers and it has 36 colors. I believe these are alcoholic based markers too. I only used it on my one mandala book, and I tried to use it in a Creative Haven coloring book, but I didn't like it, so so I'm just going to keep it to like mandalas. But this month I plan to use it on a color by number Sun Life drawing coloring book, because there's an event that's being held for this month, and it's hosted by Zoe Archer, Creatively Coloring, and Lisa's Coloring Corner. I believe that's their names. So I decided might as well join in and try it out, because it sounds like it would be fun. You don't have to think, just pick out the colors and whatever it tells you to color, you're gonna do it. So this is the Pentel Arts color pen, fine point color markers. So the next one I want to share with you is my Crayola Supertips. I have the 100 count. They are a water-based marker. I do have them all numbered and swatched. I used a black Posca, and then I wrapped it around with clear tape because if you don't, the paint will rub off. But yeah, I have them all swatched because the color of the ink does not match the color of the cap. So it's always good to swatch these out. So that's it. This is my Crayola Supertips. Okay, so the next one I want to show you is my Poscas. My white one is separate right now because I usually use them. So these are all my I think pastel colors and the regular colors that come with Posca. They're all the same size. I didn't know that there is different sizes. I just picked one out. So this is the 3M. Yeah, so I have this, and this is a container from IKEA. Oops, sorry. So it housed it really nicely. I don't think I'll be getting any other sizes or anything. These are good enough for me right now. If I ever use them, I sometimes use them as like, you know, for flowers to put dots in the middle, or yeah. So this is my Posca. So the next one I want to share with you is my Zig Clean Color Real Brush. I have the 80 set. I know there's a 90 set, but yeah, I just want to ignore it so I don't be tempted to buy it. So not that I really need, because I don't really use this that much. So with this one I did label it, and I also swatched it. I looked up, I forgot which YouTube channel it was, but I just looked up Zig Clean Color Real Brush, and there was someone that made the labels for these pencils, and you just use a hole puncher. See it? And then I just colored the little area with the color, and I also stuck it on with crazy glue. But sometimes it didn't work, because sometimes I'll find like the little labels like gone, and it's usually in the bottom. But so far it's stayed, and I kept it in its box because it's easy to open and close, and I don't really need any other case. This is perfect where it's at. So this is my Zig Clean Color Real Brush. Okay, this is a Daiso purchase, and it's an oil crayon. So I got this like I'm not sure, like 5 years ago, and I found it again, and I'm like, it's never been used, so I don't know if it's real. It's just like crayon, but it says oil crayon, but I never tried to use it. I mean, you can feel filmy texture on it. So gotta try it sometime. But maybe I'll just look up what it is and see how you use it, because the directions, there's no directions, but it shows the colors. So so that is my Daiso oil crayon. And the next one I want to show you guys is my little marker collection of Sharpies, big markers, and the Staedtler fine liners. So these are the Staedtler fine liners. They're the Tri-Plus fine liner. It's a neon one. But these are really fine. Then I also have these Sharpies. I think they're the Cool Burst. I don't have the fine points of these, so yeah, they're okay for now. And then I also have the big markers. And I like that the big markers, you can see they have names for them. So like this one is Meadow Green. Yeah, and I think this one, I like this one. This one is Polynesian Purple. Yeah. So these are my little markers. And the next one I want to share with you guys is my Touch New markers. They are the skin colors. And this is new. I received it as a gift from one of my sisters this past Christmas. And I haven't swatched it yet, but I did use, which one is it? I think it was Pastel Peach. No, it was cream. So I used cream, and I compared it to my other markers of the same number and name, and it happened that the Touch News are lighter than my other markers. So yeah, so I just have to swatch these out so I know which one I want to use, the lighter shade or the darker shade. But it's on my to-do list. So closed. So this is my little Touch New markers. Okay, so the next one I want to share with you is my Lemouche marker. I have the 168 piece one. And yeah, this is my first big set of markers. Go ahead and turn it this way. And I tried to organize it in the bag by its colors, and so I have the grays, pastels and browns, yellows and greens, reds and pinks, and blues. It comes with 3 colorless blender. So all the pens come with a bullet nib and the chisel tip. So yeah, so these markers work really well for me. I like to use them on create space papers, and then use colored pencils on top to shade it in. So these pens have been working really well for me, but lately I've been a little tempted to buy some more pens, enabled by, of course, you can probably guess, Anne from A Colorful Life, especially after she showed how some pens that have the same number and name have different shades. So yeah, I'm all like, but there's more colors. So yeah, so I was thinking maybe like Caliard markers, or the Master markers. I think the Master markers because it has the brush tip end. So, but you know, I can wait till next my next birthday, Christmas, or Mother's Day, you know. So yep, so this is my Lemouche markers. So the next one I want to share with you is my small case of washi tapes. actually inherited this from my sister-in-law. I don't know if she has more at, more at home. I think she might have just given her extras to us. So I share these with my daughters, so they use these also. And I use these for the colorings, my coloring books. I used it on one page from the Momo Girls, and yeah, on that one I was inspired by KP Colors. She used it on one of her Chinese coloring books. So yeah, so I'm glad I have all these to use, but you know, take my time, you know. These will last a long time. So yep, so these are my washi tapes. So next I want to show you, this is an old tin can that I use to put stuff in. It used to be those European cookies from Costco. So in here, say I put blue painter's tape. I use this when I use water mediums, and I have a brush here to do that splatter effect, but I haven't used it yet, so it's nice and stiff still. Then a small little palette. Don't use this as much. I use a bigger one because it's too small. So, but I keep it in here just in case I might use it. And on this one, I bought these to use for my gesso, but I haven't used it yet. I'm still trying to decide which coloring page to try it on. So yeah, so that's my little, is it foam brushes? And this one, I have one color by number painting. I'm still in a, you know, it's still a work in progress. So I keep it in here to keep the make sure the paint doesn't get stiff. And then the bottom is extra paint brushes. I don't remember where I got it. I think it might have been Walmart, where it came with the huge pack. I did take out some and I used it for acrylic paints. And these are more washi tapes, but this is the Christmas one. And I think I left it in here because one of them was glitter, so I didn't want it to get on everything. So I just went ahead and left it here. And extra cups for, I use this to mix acrylic, just so I don't accidentally, yeah, it's good to use because it's deep and it prevent me from splattering everywhere. Okay, so I have one more tin. I'll be right back. Okay, so on my next tin, I think these were Danish butter cookies, also from Costco, I believe. These were a Christmas gift a couple of years ago. So I use it for my bigger palette that I use most of the time. And on here is my gesso. It's the Art Basics, the clear one. I haven't used it yet. I hope it's still good. I don't think it expires. So it's my gesso, and then I also have my acrylic paint. So this was a gift from my sister. It came with like 18 different colors. Yeah, so I used it for a couple of my colorings and they work well. I haven't used this blue. The ones I haven't used it yet still has its plastic on top. And then I have a couple from Walmart. I forgot where it is. There's the white one. So here, Craft Smart. But I don't really like it as much as the apple barrel. So, and extra plastic cups. Oops, sorry. And then in these 3 bags are my stickles. So, yeah, and then the Studio G1, the glitter glue from it was either Joann's or Michael's, one of those. So yeah, so they fit okay right in here, and I leave them separate in their bags because when I swatched them out, I have them all in a row. So these are all in one row, and it'll be easier for me to know which one to pull it out from. So that's it in this tin. so I'll be right back with more. Okay, so the next one I want to show you guys is these are my pencil holders that my mother-in-law got me from Cebu, Philippines. She was there for vacation and came back with these. My son wanted them, but he has no space on his desk, so I took them. And here's my Sakura Gel Pens, my backups, and I'm trying to finish this gold gel pen. I also have the Uniball Signo Silver and Gold. And on here I have the colorless blender Prismacolor and Tombow and the Sakura Koi coloring brush pen. These are blender pens, and I got them because I wanted to use them for the Derwent ink tints after seeing I believe it was Peter Hewitt that was using them. So yeah, so that's why I picked those up. And then I have the set of Zig Winkostella, the glitter brush pens. Oops, let me see if you can see it. So I have the gold, the clear, and the silver. Yeah, these are fun to play with, and they last for a while, long while. So on this one I have black Sharpies. Have the fine point, and this one is the one that doesn't bleed through on like bullet journals. But these two kinds do bleed through. So yeah, so I have this one, which is the fine, ultra fine point, and then the fine point. These were given to me by my sister. She works in an office, so whenever she has extra supplies, she gives them to me. So here I ordered these pencils like probably about 2 years ago, and as backups because I was scared looking at the pencils getting smaller and smaller. But yeah, I haven't gone to them yet. So yeah, so I have the Faber-Castell, and I also have Prismacolor. And I got all these before I got my backup set of Prismacolor, but it's good to have it anyways, just in case. Okay. Next, I want to share with you what I use for watercolor. So I use this to wet the little pans of watercolor. From the one I have is the Kuretake Gansai Tambi and the Sakura Koi watercolors. So in here is a mix. I use these flat brushes for acrylics, and then the round brushes for watercolor. I also have a lot of water brushes that were some of them were presents, and then I think I have a couple that came with the Sakura. I think this is the one, the Sakura Koi watercolors, the pans. And I also have the fine the Kuretake water brushes. It's my favorite one. I usually use this one. And then I have the medium size in here also, if I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, so I just put it all in this vase. It was a present that came with flowers, but the flowers died, so I kept the vase and used it for my water brushes, paint brushes too. Okay. Okay, so the next one I want to share with you is my little tray that I keep beside me while I color. So the first one, I'll go ahead and start over here. So I have hand lotion because my hands get dry. I'm always washing them. Yeah. And then my erasers. Actually, this is my son's, and I just stuck it in there. This was my son's also. Actually, they are all my sons, but I collect them, and so they're just there. And then this is so wipes. Yeah. And especially, you know, when I use pastels, these are good to use. Then my little stubs stick in here. Then my little post-its. This is the bigger sized one. I only have a couple left. I already ordered more, so they'll be coming. And my little tags. The ones with the line mean it's out. So that, and have these travel size for Q-tips, travel size container. And I use this for like the face when I color, and then just to smooth out the colors, I like to use the Q-tips. And then yeah, you can also, and I also use it for pastels also. Then these are the white pens that I use. So I have the Sakura Jelly Roll, Posca, and this Posca. See, these I bought just recently, and it's the 1M. Yeah, I didn't know there were different sizes, so this one is a lot finer than the other one. Go pull out the other one. So this is the 3M. Yeah, so it's a lot blunter. Is that her blunter? A lot more blunt. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, I really like this one. Very useful. And then I also have my Uniball Signo, which I think I showed this earlier. This one is the 1.0, and comes with this end. And this one is the angelic one. Oh, where it says right here, angelic color, and it's a lot finer. It's 0.8, 0.7. I don't know if you can tell see the difference. Yeah. So I usually use these because it's usually finer areas that I use it on. So those are that. Then I have, and it's for chopsticks, but I use it to so it won't roll away with my pencils. And then these I just used this recently for face. I was rubbing it, and I still have one end, so I save it. And then my Caran d'Ache blender that broke, so this is, I'm probably using the other end, so this end I'm saving for later, just keeping it in there. So I also have clips, and then more clips right over here from Daiso. And then my sharpeners, so I have the T-Gall, and then I also have, this is the M&R, so it comes with the small side, and the big side for the bigger pencils. And then I also have the Coom. Yeah, so I started out with the Prismacolor sharpeners, then went to the Coom, and then got a T-Gall sharpener, then went to the M&Rs, but I still use them, but it depends. I'll take these with me if I'm traveling somewhere, especially the T-Gall. And then I got this Durant one for Christmas. It was gifted by my Secret Santa. So I really love this sharpener. Really helped me out, especially with the Prismacolors, because that's why I use the Crazy Glue, but I haven't had to use it in a while, because just having this this end holding it in, yeah, I don't have to worry that much about what is it? Let me find something here. I didn't have to worry about it breaking so much. So here I have a Prismacolor Deco Pink. Go ahead and stick it in. And then, so it has, if you see, has a really blunt end. See how sharp it gets. Oops. Oops. See? Sharp. And then when I have it this sharp, especially with the Prismacolor, if I don't press too hard, it lasts a little longer than while it was blunt. So especially if you like using sharp pointed colored pencils. So happy I put this on my list for Christmas. So the next one I have is my the end to charge my phone. This is a little T10. My sister gave me this, so it's empty now, so I use it for shaving. So if I go somewhere, I'll bring my sharpeners and stick it in here to bring with me. And then staplers. I keep that away from my son so he doesn't use it. Or else I'll be stapling everything. So, and then this is my go-to tin for anything I need, like my brush, have my Derwent eraser, my 2 Sharpies, the Crazy Glue, these 2 Staedtler fine liners. I use it for one of my bullet journals, or that I use for coloring, my coloring diary or something like that. This is a blender pencil, mechanical pencil, extra pen, my Tombow Mono Zero eraser, a must, and crochet needle. I have a project that I'm still working on, so I left that there. And that's it for this tray. Oh, and an eraser, and it's my son's. He leaves it everywhere, so I end up taking it. Okay, so that's it for this tray. Okay, and so in this little folder, I got this from Coolcraft on Etsy. She gifted this with one of my purchases. But in here I have is it tissue paper. I consider this a supply because I use this to put in between my pages, especially if it has stickles, and there's another illustration on the other side, so I don't get it mixed, scattered with glitter or smeared with Prismacolor or any other colored pencils. So I already cut like one to size, so I'll probably use the rest for other books. And in here, I use this for the Rita Berman coloring books. So I cut this one to the size because at the time I didn't have any more cutting board to cut to size, because I already have these other ones. I'll pull these all out. And I have another one that's still in the book. So yeah, I cut it to size to use in my different sized books. Okay. And I always use the side that is smooth. I don't use the rough side. I use the smooth side. And a little smaller one. And the cutting board I use is chopping mats from the dollar store. So these come with 2. And then I just cut it up to the size of a majority of my coloring books. So this is my extra, just in case. Oops, I'll get that later. But yeah, so that's what I keep in here, and I keep it in my my bookcase. Oops. And another one I want to show you guys is the papers I use when I copy it off a book, so I don't, just in case I'm scared I might ruin it. So I use the Nina Bright White, the 65-pound, and I buy these at Walmart. So this is my current stack. I finished my last one, so this one I just recently opened. And I bought this Strathmore Tone Tan to practice coloring on here, like with my Luminance, Caran d'Ache Luminance pens. And they're perforated, and so I can use these papers to print out images and color on them. But I haven't yet, so that's still on my to-do list, to try list. So yeah, so this is it for this area. There's one more area I want to bring you guys to, so if you can wait one moment. Okay, sorry about that. So the rest of the supplies I want to share with you are in these 3 drawers, and I didn't want to try to carry this whole thing to my desk. So you'll see on the right side are all my little coloring pencil cases, and then on my left side are my some of my coloring books, and then empty bins from the supplies I just showed you earlier. So and you'll see the Grimm's Fairy Tales little box that came with 2 coloring books, but inside it just houses so the Fabiana Atanasio's posters, and yeah, so I just kept it in there for safekeeping. And then go ahead and open this. So in here I have my midliners, and they're pretty much like highlighters. So they come in 4 different sets, but I only got this one. And then here I have it's the Uniball Jetstream Extra Fine. It is the 0.38 pens, and those are my favorites. So yeah, so these are my backups. Here is the Zig Wink of Stella, the 12 set. These are glitter pens. Go ahead and open it. These were a present during Christmas. I don't remember who it was. So yeah, so Zig Wink of Stella. I don't think it has. Oh, it does. Brown. So, yeah, so you can see the tip. They work really well. Really glittery. So, and the other pen that is kind of comparable to this, from what I think, are the Achispika. And I have set B. I don't have set A. Still on my wish list, so I'll get it sooner or later. But yeah, these are fun pens to use in your coloring page. So let me see. Yeah, so Achispika, and it also has the number and its name. So this is sand, and that is the point. And these, for me, I think they're the same. They glitter just as much as the Zig Wink of Stella, but the good thing about it is there's no light colors, so they have their own set of colors, and so I can use them all. I still haven't swatched these 2, and this one I haven't swatched either, so I'm gonna have to do that. So this is the Fila, metallic brush pen, and they're water-based ink, acid-free, and eco-friendly. So these are fun. Have a lot of nice colors, and I still do have to swatch these. These have a brush tip. And it's soft, so if you press too hard, it will leave a lot of ink, but it can be very fine with its point. So, okay, so that's the Fila 15 metallic brush pens. And in the back of this, I have all my gel pens. I'm still trying to decide if I should get another container to house all of these, but for now it's okay in here. So I'll go ahead and put this back. And in the next drawer, oops, too far, I have the the little name tags. This is what I got to put on my pencil cases. A little, or these microfiber cloths for my glasses, because I always need that. This is a clamp for my Derwent sharpener. Extra extender, extra mechanical lead, measuring tapes, Swiss Army knife, and don't really use that much. Whiteout just in case, and yeah, this is for my tripod. And then in the back here, I have little note cards, index cards, yeah, that I use sometimes to notes and leave it on my books. And then I use these for pastels. And in here, I thought these were little like post-it tags, but they're not. These are actually really sticky, and yeah, I think they're just like little tags for probably journal that you want to go keep coming back to. And yeah, it's not a post-it, so leave that there for a bit. And then here is my collection of little tags for my coloring books. So I have the cat, the dog, a polar bear, panda bear, and then some more bears that came out at the bottom. So, yeah. And in the back here is my thumbtacks that I hide from my son, because if he sees them, he'll probably use it. Same with the tapes. So I hide that back there. Then in here are my backups. So, except for this one. This one was a free gift that came in from Colorful Birdhouse on Etsy. She gave this when I purchased a couple books from her. And then in here I have an X-Acto knife. I bought this to use with the washi tapes. So instead of using a scissor, because yeah, scissor isn't as precise, exact. So yeah, that's why I got this. And then I also have my extra Uniball Signo, the Angelics, and then extra Posca, the 1M size, and extra Koi coloring brush, and the Tombow N00, the colorless blender. So I believe that's all that's in there. Oh, and my extra Caran d'Ache blender. So, oops. So that's all in there. Backpack. And in the next one, I have my little instructions for the Derwent sharpener. We keep it here just in case I forget and I need to look back on it. This is new. I didn't get to use it yet. I believe I got it in Christmas time too. I put in my wish list for to do the bouquet backgrounds, but I haven't tried it yet, so another one on my to-do list for coloring. And you've already seen these, my watercolors. And on this one I have my Monyo pastels, and I believe a lot of you know these ones. These come with 64 colors, so has the foam and the little tracing paper in there. So I use these a lot for backgrounds. down. Then I've had these for a long time, so you can kind of see that it's running down, but these are my gel ink rolling ball pens. Then this was a gift by my cousin, the Hoo Hoo Hero fine line drawing pen, kind of like the Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners. Let's see. And she got it for me to use for bullet journaling, but I'm really bad at bullet journaling, so, but I use it for coloring, which is a lot more useful for me to use it as. And then next thing I have in here is this little Paramount case. It used to be dominoes inside. My sister got this for me because she used to work at on the Paramount lot. I forgot what it was called. It was the one with the rainbow colors. I cannot remember right now. But yeah, so I put my backup erasers for the Derwent eraser and the Tombow Mono Zero. And I also have my extra Coom sharpeners. And my needed eraser, which my son's been asking for, but I hide it in here, so if he watches this video, he'll probably know, but it's okay. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put everything back. And at the same time, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and remember, if you haven't watched part 1, the link will be below in the descriptions. So with that, go ahead and put this last one in. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And until then, please take care and happy colorings. Bye-bye.